god, you are literally a 30-year-old woman stealing from teenage girls. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys don't know me, my name is Michelle Diaz, and in this channel I talk about beauty, growth, and entrepreneurship. And today we're going to be talking about we're not going to be talking about any of those actually. Today I'm actually going to be telling you guys a story time. As you guys can tell by the title, I'm going to be telling you guys about how one of my managers stole thousands of dollars from me and other young girls that were in the agency as well. I really wanted to make this video because I see that a lot of people are, you know, up and coming influencers, and now more and more people want to be influencers. So I really want you guys to be careful of who you work with, and just to make sure that you are taking care of your own things. And you guys are going to learn a lot from my story, because I did you know, made a lot of mistakes that were also my fault, but that was because I was very naive. I didn't know exactly what was happening. I was young, I was very trusting, and yeah, I hope you guys never go through any of this. But I have my coffee right here. You guys can get your tea, your coffee, some snacks, and let's get started. So the year was 2018. No, it was 2017 because I was 18. So it was 2017. I was starting to develop like an audience, and I was doing this through makeup. So at the time I probably had around like 15,000 on Instagram. And then out of nowhere I just decided to do because I was doing a lot of like very colorful makeup. One day I was just like, okay, it's my free day from work. I had one free day every 2 weeks, so I try to enjoy it as much as I could, and I decided to do a makeup just kind of like regular, like with no like crazy stuff, because it was like always very extra. So that day I decided to just do a regular makeup look, and I was listening to Selena on the TV. So I had Selena up on YouTube, and I just got inspired to put a rose in my hair and take pictures with that. So I took pictures, I posted them, and they went viral. Back then it was like if something went viral, like you remembered it. So I feel like that happened to the pictures, and those pictures like opened so many doors for me and so many opportunities, and one of them was to actually get signed with an agency. So this agency was a great agency. They were working with people that I had been following for years, that I was literally like a fan of some of these girls, and that is why I decided to reply to the email. And this one email said like, oh, we work with these influencers, and they sent me a list of those influencers. So I messaged some of those influencers, and one of them, which was actually the girl that had the most followers, she messaged me back and she said, oh yes, you know, they're my agency, she's my manager, they're amazing, I love them. So I was like, okay, let me get on a call with this lady. I get on a call with this lady and I tell her about, you know, my past experiences with past agents and stuff like that. So she's like, oh, you know, none of that. We work with like some really big influencers, da 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 da. We were on the phone for like 2 hours, and then we even FaceTime, and it just made me have a lot of trust in her. So we signed a contract, I'm signed to the agency and everything, and then we actually go to New York. I meet her in New York, we share a hotel room in New York. She got us creator passes at Generation Beauty. She got us like, she was just a very well-connected woman, and she was like the real thing, you know, like you would never expect anything sketchy to come from her. So again, I was very trusting, mostly after I had traveled with her. Well, not really traveled, but I had stayed with her, like we were together 24/7 while I was in New York. So after I come back from New York, you know, they start getting me amazing campaigns with brands that I literally would never thought of, because it was also like when I was very fresh in, you know, this industry, like I was barely starting, and so all that stuff came to like a lot of shock for me. So I was really grateful for the agency to make stuff like that happen. So then another trip comes, they take us to London, they take us to Paris. So now then we did travel together, because we actually, oh my god, I literally went to Canada. I literally went to her house. I met her little sister. I sat on her couch. I rode in her car. So it's like, why wouldn't I trust this lady? You know what I mean? She was 28 at the time, I think, and I was 18. So I just saw her like an older sister figure, and she was just very funny. She was like very like uplifting, and she was always like trying to talk about like not only business but also life. So she like became a friend. So we became really close, and you know, mostly after traveling. So when we went to London, we went through a lot of things. They literally lost my luggage, and she was the person that was on the phone, you know, fighting with the airline that they needed to give me like extra points. She was just very handy, and she was just a great manager, or so I thought. But then you know, time passed. I started getting more and more campaigns, more and more money, and my young naive self, okay, well, at the time I was enjoying the money, right? I was just like not even looking at prices of anything, because it was pretty much the most money I had made at the time, without working, you know, 15, 16 to 18 hours in a laboratory like I used to do when I had a normal job. So I was enjoying the money, but then I moved to London. And then there I realized, you know, living in one of the most expensive cities in the world, I realized that I was being very stupid with my money. And instead of learning on how to invest or learning, you know, how to save or how to budget, I thought about asking her if she could save my money and then just give it to me when I asked for it. So I was actually thinking about telling her that, but then she called me and she asked me, she said, oh, hey, because the money that we got paid went through the agency, and then the agency sent it to us. So she like, it had been a long time since she had sent me money from campaigns, but at the same time I didn't need it. So I was like, what, I'm not gonna ask for it, I'm just gonna ask for it, you know, when I need it. But she calls me and she's like, hey, you know, like how the money goes through the agency first, well, would you care to leave it in the agency fund so we can pay, you know, like our editors and our photographers and our what's it called, our graphic designers and all this stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, you know, it's fine. If I have that money in my account, I'm going to spend it on stupid stuff anyways. Like I said, I was young and I was naive and I didn't know, and again, I was stupid with my money and I was uneducated financially, and yeah, and I was 18. So I was like, yeah, that sounds fine, you know. So then while in London, my friend's like, oh, let's go to Croatia, it was her birthday, so I paid for everything. And then coming back to London, I was like, okay, like let me hit up my manager so she can, you know, send me a little bit of money. And then I start hitting her up like, hey, can you send me some money? You know, like I'm still over here in London. She knew that I was in London by myself. She knew that the money that she had was my source of income. She knew that like influencing was my only source of income. Like she knew that I was in London working in something else, and she would ignore me. Or she'd be like, oh yes, like I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week, I'll do it next week, I'll do it next week. And she just kept going like that until she started getting tired, and she would just send me like $500, $600, just so I would literally shut up. So then I start getting very suspicious that this lady was literally using our money, literally young girl's money, to support her boyfriend financially and to buy him first class plane tickets, you know, back and forth to New York and Canada, and just, you know, they were living the life. They got a new apartment, they were buying furniture, and that, like, all of this she was doing with our money. So when I found this out, I was still trying to keep it cool with this lady because I wanted my money. Like, I didn't just want to be like, okay, see ya, like I'm going to another management, keep like my thousands of dollars, you know. So I was trying to keep it cool with her, and she was just kind of like she would just keep telling me like, oh yes, I have this amazing brand deal for you, like we just need a couple weeks, they're sending you your product right now. So I was like, oh shoot, okay, you know, like let me just get done with this upcoming campaign that she has for me, and then I'll switch managements, because I already had another management that I wanted to sign with and that they were wanting me to sign with them. So I was like kind of, you know, like rushing her into, okay, let's do this campaign, like, you know, keep me updated with the brand. Well, it turns out the campaign never even happened. It was never even going to happen. She was just using that to keep me in the agency.
Oh my my god, guys, another thing that I forgot to mention was how she would literally make us record videos like up to 4 times. And I wasn't the only one, like other girls said that she was doing that to them too. So she'd get us a campaign, we'd spend hours recording and editing, would send it in, and then she'd be like, oh, the brand didn't like it, make it again. So you'd make it again, you'd send it in, and then she'd be like, oh, the brand said that it was shit, make it again. So you'd make it again, and then she'd be like, oh, the brand that said that they didn't like the way that you looked or the way that you're like what you're wearing, make it again. When in reality, she literally got paid and approved for the first video, and she would make us just make other 3 videos, so she would have time to pay us back the money for that campaign. And that literally made me feel so bad, because I was like, okay, is my content really that bad that it has to be made like another 4 times? Like, am I that ugly?
So I actually started contacting all of the girls that were in her agency, and I was like, hey, you know, did you have any financial problems with Meta Beauty Management, da da da? And they would all tell me the same thing. Yes, I haven't received my money. She keeps delaying it. So I was like, everyone's telling me the same thing. So she's doing this to everyone, and that's how I found out that she was doing this to not only me, but everybody in the agency. And she was like, okay, well, I'm going to contact my lawyers, and you're gonna hear from me because this is a defamation of character. And I was like, it's not defamation of character. I was like, I'm not stating that you did anything. These girls are, and we're all saying the same thing. How is that defamation of character? Also, you're saying that you're not stealing money. Okay, why isn't my money in my bank account? So till the day that that money is in my bank account, to me, that money is gonna be stolen. And she was just kind of like, oh, okay, you know, don't talk to me anymore. Like, I won't answer any of your emails. I won't answer any of your calls. Just talk directly with my lawyer, da 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 da. And I was like, oh my God, you are literally a 30-year-old woman stealing from teenage girls. I actually never received that money. I don't think any of us did. And I actually came up with the idea of recording this video because when was it? What even started it? I don't know. Natalie, one of the girls that got her money stolen, I think someone asked her a question of, I don't know, it was something that she responded with, oh yeah, when my old management stole thousands of dollars from me. And I was like, LOL. And she was like, oh my God, I'm still so like mad about it. Like, I can't believe she did that. So that is why I decided to make this video. And I really wouldn't want any of you guys to go through that. I wouldn't want you guys to work hard and be creative and put all of these amazing content out there for another lady to use it for buying her boyfriend that's only with her for financial gain first class tickets. I really wouldn't want that to happen to anybody else. But yeah, guys, be very careful with who you start working with. Thankfully, you know, it didn't like go anything further. All I lost was money, but you know, things can get a lot more serious. Like I told you guys, I traveled with her. I left the country with her. I actually went to her house. You know, she could have killed me, she could have like kidnapped me or something, but thankfully all she did was steal my money. But you guys never know what could happen. Please, please, please be careful, mostly right now that everyone is trying to really get into this industry and is trying to, you know, look for as much help as they can get. This lady literally screwed me over after knowing me for like a whole year, after spending time with me and after traveling with me and many other girls and developing like a friendship and a bond. She stole from all of us. So what makes you think a stranger that doesn't know you on the internet, like, why wouldn't they do that to you, or why wouldn't they do worse to you? I'm not saying don't trust anybody. I'm just saying be very, very careful. Make sure, you know, they are who they say they are. Make sure the agency is a real agency. Make sure you talk to the clients that they've been working with. Make sure you ask what clients are working with, because you really want to keep yourself safe. And when it comes to money, do not let them hold on to your money. Put them in a savings account, put it into stocks, put it in under your mattress, wherever. Just don't ever make the mistake that I made and put your money in other people's hands or in other people's accounts. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing new year. Also, oh my God, happy new year. I forgot it was a new year. Guys, I am very excited for this new year. Let me know what you guys want to watch. Let me know if you guys want to see advice, if you guys want to see growth, if you guys want to see makeup, if you guys, whatever you guys want to see, let me know and I will give it to you. Ask and I will deliver. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys go follow me on all my social medias at Michelle X Diaz on Instagram. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more story times, more makeup videos, more growth videos, more entrepreneurship videos, and also give this video a like. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys.
Just something you get used to, yeah. Go blame the drum blows, yeah. It's just the drum blows, yeah. Walk around like who you, yeah. Just something you get used to, yeah.